Good day, farmers. PurpleMentat here with day 5 of Stardew Valley, Spring, Year 1. What do we got for weather tomorrow? Rain all day. Yes, that is what I want to hear. And fortune teller, what do you have to say? Good humor. Think you'll have a little extra luck. Also, fantastic. Bad crow, go away. Roar. I think that crow shows up every time. And the great news is our initial crop of parsnips is done, except for one, which is lagging behind for some reason. That's odd, I've watered them all every day. And that is enough to get us to farming level 1. So let's grab the watering can and water the rest of our crops. We're not going to be replanting much today. And you'll see why tomorrow. As you can see, we've got a letter waiting for us. To our valued Joja Mart customers, team members have removed the blah 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 landside gone. Yay! This is going to be very useful for us as this unlocks the path to the mine. Oh, whoops, I meant to show the other half of that. Oh well. And this is Robin apologizing for joking about the cottage and that we can upgrade it if we bring her some money and materials. And that money and materials is 10,000 gold and 500 wood and 200 stone, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. So, and we're going to hang on to our energy giving options, and I want 50 lumber with me, because I'm going to be making a chest to leave near the top of the mines. There we go. It'll make life a little easier later on. Pick things on our way by. See if there's any seedlings for us to dig up. Oh, there's one. Bump. And this is going to be a daily routine now. Running around the farm and getting what we can for field snacks before we go anywhere. Just don't waste too much time kicking the trees. It's not a very high probability of getting anything that way. You're much better off looking for the stuff on the ground and digging it up with a pickaxe or axe. Important to check behind every tree as well, because the little seedlings like to hide. Looks like we're going to be short pine cones. That's odd. They're usually the super common one. Hey, there's one. Yay! But it takes 3 swings to get yourself a seedling. A field snack, so you're spending 6 energy and time to get 45 energy restoration worth of food. In the early game, that is super worth it. Later on, not so much. But that's why it's a level 1 recipe. You're going to grow past this eventually. Sooner or later, we'll have recipes that will restore hundreds of energy at a time. Ooh, there we go. See? Kicking trees does work eventually. It's just so random. Try to avoid long grass. Part of the reason to take out all of the long grass is because it slows you down. You cannot run through it quickly. See, now we're up on pine cones and down on other things. That's okay. Ooh, pine cone way over here. I think sometimes they just blow in randomly from way off screen as well. The only explanation I have for some of the things that end up on the farm. Especially after you've chopped all of the trees down, you still keep getting seedlings, just at a much reduced rate. So it does happen. Well, we've got a couple of field snacks available anyway. That's something. Might not be much, but it's something. Clear out the rest of these rocks before we go anywhere. We're definitely going to want to make it to the shop today, though. We've got some important purchases to make. Alright. That's all she wrote. We're off for the shops now. We have 160 energy worth of field snacks, and 130 energy worth of spring onions if we choose to use them that way. Which we might, as well as box. Boxes are useful. Do some quick foraging along the way to the shop. Nothing. Maybe? Yeah, nothing. Oh well. And as you can see, there's already a sapling in place where we chopped down that tree the other day. That will eventually grow into a mighty oak or maple tree. Ooh, this is an important cutscene. I don't know what triggers this cutscene. I want to find out because triggering this early is useful. Pelican Town Community Center, or what's left of it anyway. Ooh, daffodil. We'll come back for that once we have control again. Well, why'd you let it fall to disrepair? Oh, I see. Old guy blaming them kids these days for not wanting to engage with the community. Yes, you do sound like an old fool, Lewis. Yes, you do. It's Joja Corporation, though. Or maybe you're attached to not selling it to the embodiment of pure evil. Odd hut. Oh, again, we're gonna blame them darn kids. Okay. What the heck? Apparently it doesn't want to be seen by him, and can appear and disappear at will. Am I ill? No, are you ill? Do you need to get your eyes checked? And mad face. Rats. Yes. A very odd rat in that it looks like an animate apple with a face. You're worrying me. How are you not seeing these things? And the glare. Yeah, catch the rat, sure. Let's get the rat. Strange, you say. I'll have to come back and explore this building further. If that isn't the biggest hint in the world, I don't know what is. But just in case you missed it, you do need to actually go back and explore the building, specifically this room, where there's this nice big glowy scroll with the golden tree on it, written in strange runes that you cannot easily translate. However, it is translatable. Each of those symbols stands for a letter, and you can totally turn that into English. But we're not going to be able to do anything useful with it in-game, for now. We'll find out more about that on the next in-game day. Ooh, daffodil. It's going to be a hard choice between keeping this one and selling it, just because we're right here and we're low on inventory. But that's okay. We got to Pierre's Menu. Oh, by the way, the bulletin board occasionally has help wanted quests on it. Some of them are very much worth doing. I'm not going to spend time fishing for chubs today, though, so I'm just going to ignore that one. Instead, we're going to do some shopping. Alright, here at the shop, we have another option for turning goods into cash. Rather than shipping them off every evening, we can also sell them straight to Pierre. Ooh. We're a little bit short. That's a problem. So, it's 12:20. We have 4 hours. So we're going to sweep the beach and hope that we can come up with the rest of the money that we need. I'm pretty sure we should be good. Unless we're really unlucky and the beach is totally barren. Otherwise, I'm really going to wish that I had brought that Celestine with me. Okay, good. There's one coral. We only need 2 coral. There's a coral. There's a clam. That's 130. That's 1975. These you have to sell at Willie's shop, though. So we need to make it to Willie's and then back to Pierre's before the 4 p.m. mark. And hope that we find another... We didn't find anything. Ah, darn it. Well, we've got one more Hail Mary. Otherwise, we'll just have to deal with the fact that we don't get what we want today. And that's not so bad. Oop, there we go. Score. I hate to sell a leak, but they're worth quite a bit. Gotta love checking the bins for that last dime that you need. Why was I so adamant about getting to 2,000? Because I want the backpack before I go into the mines. There we go. Day 5, 24 slot backpack get. Not bad. Not bad at all. So now we head for the mine, and we're going to be able to generate a good bit of cash going into the mine for the first time. Which is good, because we're broke and we're going to need to buy some seeds tomorrow. Hello, Sebastian. Well, no, I'm trying to get to know you, you words that I can't say. Now, there's a couple of cool things around the mine, now that we have access, that this blockage has been cleared. If you keep heading past it, you will find the Adventurers Guild, which you cannot yet access. I'm showing you these things because I don't have enough time to do multiple floors of the mine. And then down here, there's usually some harvestables. Ooh, a silver star horseradish. Good. There's some cash. We also might end up considering selling off some lumber or stone or something. But first off, we need to meet, I think it's Marlin. Yep, Marlin. Gray-haired, grizzled old adventurer. Heads up the Adventurers Guild. Abandoned for decades mine shaft. Or, I like the sound of that. You mean monsters? There's monsters? Take this. You might need it. Thank you, Marlin, for giving me to protect myself with the world's worst weapon. I guess if I can prove myself with this, then I can prove myself with anything. Alright. We are going to leave a box right there. The reason we're leaving a box there is so that we can dump into it items we're not going to be using while we're in the mine, and take with us only things that we are going to use. And then when we leave, we are going to be leaving our sword in the box, so that we are never without it when we're going down into the mine. That looks like an elevator. Currently not functional. Don't worry, we're going to be making it functional. You want to bring your hoe with you because there are useful things you can hoe. The stairs are found either by killing enemies, digging up rocks, sometimes they're already existent in the level, or there's a fourth kind of level that when you show up, it will tell you this level is completely infested with monsters, and you have to kill every enemy to get the stairs to show up. Left click to attack, or X button if you're using a Xbox compatible controller, and A button or right click to defend with a sword. That is actually your special action button, and things that are not swords have different abilities. rocks have a chance of dropping things in addition to the stone, or will always give you some amount of the ore of the type it is. These bugs only ever take one hit with anything. Give you bug meat. Ooh, good. There's the stairs. I can stop randomly mining stones. You're going to want to break all of the boxes and barrels that you can find. And this, as you can see, is why I wanted that backpack, because there are a lot of different types of items that you're going to be finding. These are cave carrots, hardwood, and topaz that I just picked up. 3 things that I'm definitely going to want to be saving for later. They're not something that I'm going to want to sell off right away. And I definitely don't want to have to throw them away because I ran out of inventory room. Now, we're almost to level 5. We're already on level 4, and we've got a lot of hours left. So, those guys never do anything except go back and forth. They will hurt you if they manage to run into you, but if you let that happen, then it's your own fault, you know? I almost hit him in time. The slimes are best if you can get them wadded up against a wall, then you don't need to worry about their charge forward. You can just keep smacking them and interrupting everything they do. This one looks like I'm going to have to spend a lot of time digging to find the stairs down. Oh no, the stairs down are already there. Fantastic. This is why you don't spend too much time digging right off the bat. Every 5 levels, you will find an elevator. This will take you back to the top. Now, we have another 4 hours before midnight. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't make it to level 10. But if we hit midnight, we are leaving immediately. We head back to the nearest the nearest ladder up, and we can use that to exit the mine. Oh, hey, Dwarf Skull 4. That's fantastically awesome. That rock right there, without a shadow, that is a hermit crab style enemy. You don't want to deal with them when you have the rusty sword. You just don't do enough damage. Now, because we're short on time, basically, the goal is down. If we find stairs, we take them immediately, grabbing whatever goodies are immediately on screen and heading out. The item that I just picked up, this is quartz. It is one of the minerals in the game. It sells for 25, normally. Can be refined into a refined quartz item that is used in a number of recipes, and is useful, well, because it's mineral, it can be handed into the museum. So if I hadn't found the dwarf scroll, this would be a better option to hand in than the Celestine. There we go. A decent amount of copper today. Pretty happy about that. As you can see in the lower right-hand corner, there is a health bar. As I take damage, that is going down. Ooh, geodes. There we go. Stairs. We might actually make it to level 10. That would be so phenomenal. I've never before made it to level 10 in my first day in the mine, but I've never before had the backpack on day 5 as well. This is my best run of this so far, despite the slight annoyance in day 1, not getting the recipe for the field snack. As you can probably guess, your biggest enemy in the mine is energy usage. We're going to end up eating a lot of field snacks on our way through here. You'll also note that eating food restores energy. I mean, eating food restores health, as in addition to energy. Oh, good. Stairs. Green algae, which the slime just dropped, is an item that sells poorly, but restores 13 energy and 5 health. White algae also sells poorly and restores 20 energy and 8 health. So these are basically health potions that seem to be dropped by the enemy. Level 9, we're almost there. We're going to go ahead and loot this area first. These hermit crab type enemies, they stay non-hostile until you're past level 10. After that, they will wake up and chase you without you hitting them first. So you need to be careful of that. There we go. Watch you in the corner and chop you to death. 11:10. I think we can find our way down one more time before we're out of time. We definitely can. Good. So we're going to get the rest of the copper on this level and kill the... well, we'll leave the slime alone. We don't actually need to kill him. Bye, Mr. Slime. You're too annoying to kill. And there we go. We get our first cave reward. Leather boots. These are a boot item. As you can see, you have hat, 2 rings, and boots that you can equip, and the leather boots give 1 defense and 1 immunity. Defense reduces the amount of damage you take, and immunity causes you to be affected by enemy status effects less frequently. So that was an extremely profitable first mine run. I am very, very pleased. And we're out of there in plenty of time to make it back home, as well as pick up any forageables we happen to find along the way. In addition, we have another 45 energy left, so I'll probably chop down one of the pine trees on the next screen while I'm on my way home. Because we've got the time and the energy. We're not going to go any further than this, though. We're not going to try for a second tree on this screen. We're already down to 18, and we're at 12:30. I think I can just make it into bed before midnight. Nope, we didn't make it to before 1 a.m. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and sell off the white algae because we want to get it into our collection. We're also going to sell that silver horseradish. Keep all of the bug meat and slime that you find. You're going to want it later. Also hang on to your topazes. Sell your silver starred quartz, but keep the regular quartz. And everything else is a keep item. Excellent. And we're going to deposit topaz, cave carrots, hardwood. What are we doing on seeds? We have no acorns. Okay, that's a shame. Quartz goes away. Lots of this stuff is just going in the box. We are going to hang on to our stone, our coal. Might as well hang on to the sap. I'm going to need that tomorrow. And our copper ore. We're going to need the dwarf scroll. We're going to need the celadine. Actually, we're going to grab everything. I got to make a decision here. How aggressive do I want to be tomorrow in terms of money? I think it's smartest to go all out tomorrow specifically, and I'll show you why. So that means that all of that I just told you about keeping all of this particular stuff, ignore it. Belay that and sell. But we're not going to sell until tomorrow because we don't absolutely have to. So that is all for day 5 of Stardew Valley. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Hope you have enjoyed today's episode. We are now up to farming level 1, and we can now make scarecrow and basic fertilizer. We also start using a little bit less energy when hoeing and when watering. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a thumbs up and tell me what you liked about it, and if you have not, leave a thumbs down and tell me what you'd like to see me do better. Either way, if you want to continue seeing videos from this series, click subscribe below, and I'll see you next time.